It's not the score that makes the football game memorable. It's the plays, the teamwork, that chemistry, and it's about them being in it together. During a gourmet meal, it's not about filling up, it's about the flavors and the textures, the company, and savoring every bite. Gourmet sex is the same. It's about the chemistry, savoring the experience, and being in it together. Quick review of our series of how to score in sex and love. Everything starts with a huddle. And we have redefined sex as pleasure. And as an intimacy team, we practice and we play with pleasure. And that's how we get to the love you man phase, right? We have learned your starting position and your appetizer. And now, here we are. We're going to focus on the main course. This is your field of pleasure. This is where you stop rushing. This is not fast food, honey. We're going to start savoring and sharing whole body sensual pleasure. Sound good? Let's go. My clients, Kevin and Jackie, were used to the same old three-step routine. Kevin's a gentleman, so he made sure that she came first. He would give her oral, and then she would give him oral to get him hard, and then he'd penetrate her, and they were done. They both felt unsatisfied. It was like fast food. It was okay, but it leaves them both hungry. Kevin would say, "How was it?" And she'd go, "Fine." Fine. Fine means that you're tolerating it. And in sports, a fine is a penalty. No more tolerating it. I want you to play nice. I want you to love it. This is your love life. In the intimacy game plan, you are learning a ritual by having this routine where you do this and then you do this. You are having a routine for satisfaction. Having an intimacy game plan is knowing that there is a whole menu to explore together with you. That's the difference. You are prepared. You've got tools, techniques, and exercises. As Kevin says, I'm prepared. I got my tool. It's ready to go. Kevin. When the D comes out, it's usually the end of the game, right? You want to stay on the field of pleasure, the whole body. Kevin and many guys thinks that that is the tool, and the only one that he can use, but that means that if the D isn't working, then he can't play. Listen, it's not the bat that scores, it's the player. And that's why I'm here. My husband had challenges even before I met him, but I love him head to toe, all of him, inside and out. I'm telling you, that man is a sexy man. And 50% of men and 45% of women have a dysfunction that gives them some sort of a barrier to penetration. I understand there is so much shame and fear about performance. People just don't know what else they should be doing. In the intimacy game plan, I teach you all the things, including equipment skills. There are mastery classes for men that give you strength, stamina, and control. Trust me, we are all working on something. The cure for everything, I'm telling you, is connection and pleasure. Sex is pleasure, whole body, contact sport. Everybody wants to explore, but exploration happens outside of penetration. I'm going to give you a new tool. I know, you ready? This is a new tool that nobody else has. It's a scarf, a simple scarf. I use this. This is going to be your go-to spice. This is going to be your go-to tool. This is the ball, the thing that you play with on your field of pleasure. Now, when Kevin wants to express his love with Jackie, they huddle, they have a hero hold, and then he puts the scarf around her neck. And it made her in the space to receive. It like really marked that she was receiving something. And then Kevin dragged the scarf slowly. And this feels so good. It just turns on your sensory pleasure. It gives you access to your body in a new way. and she would make those little sounds of pleasure. He touched her, he dragged the scarf over her whole body. Oh, I need pictures of this. Dragged the scarf over her whole body, and then he draped the scarf over her, and he touched her through the scarf. The silkiness of it, he could feel it, touching her thighs, her belly, her breasts, her throat, all over her privates. This is your private practice. And he had it laying over her, and he noticed her goosebumps, and he kissed them, and he commented on it. And this is why when I talked to them afterwards and said, "How did your exercise go?" in the locker room, she said to me, "He commented on my skin. This is everything I've wanted." I get it. And Kevin said, "We got more out of these pleasure exercises than we did out of years of therapy." I get that. Not everything can just be talked about. And pills are not skills. This changes the sensory experience for both of you. You're building sensual awareness. You're being aware of who is the giver and who is the receiver. It's very intentional. And the scarf is a new way to touch, a new way to explore. Intimacy is the understanding between you. And this is a physical cue that expresses your understanding. This takes your pleasure to a whole new level. Today is all about Jackie's pleasure, her field of pleasure. And next time is all about Kevin. I want her to drag this scarf over his whole body, all over his pleasures, all over his privates. Take turns, because you're two completely different people. You can't play on two separate fields at the same time, right? Giving what they love and getting what you love. These things take practice. This is a ritual that shifts you from trying to have sex to being an intimacy team, slowing down and savoring all of the flavors and the textures and being in it together. This is the best part. Everything starts with a huddle. You follow those sounds like a little GPS, and you're navigating all of your zones, the comfort zones, the pleasure zones, those danger zones. Ooh, that's where the erotic lies. When you have an intimacy game plan and a coach, it allows you to take some more risks, try some new moves. You can try all of the moves. I actually teach you advanced moves. Prostate massage, G-spot massage, respectfully, of course, because this is what I needed. This is what I needed in my own relationship. But I want you to start with the basics. Sharing whole body sensual pleasure is a whole new approach. It's very vulnerable. Start with a huddle and the scarf. This is my favorite tool. This will be your favorite tool. This is your symbol of intimacy, of pleasure, of connection. You can initiate with the scarf. You can even use it during difficult conversations. Some of my clients have used it on an airplane, like one's holding one end, one's holding the other end of it. You have something to play with, or you have a new way to hold hands. It just changes your sensory experience. These secret rituals, this is the best part about being part of an intimacy team or any team. That's part of being in a relationship. You're growing together by finding all the things that you love together. And then I want you to make more of that love together. Sound good? Yeah, because there's always more. When it comes to food and sex, it's always more, and it can get better and better. Trust me. Because next, I'm going to talk to you about the ozone, orgasms, or as I call it, dessert, the cherry on the top, right? And Kevin reported, he said, I was buzzing for days. And Jackie said, I can't believe I did that clothed. That was so empowering. Not everything can just be talked about. Am I right? I'm Amy Keller. I've been named the best intimacy coach because I have merged traditional therapy, tantra, and science. I became the help that my husband and I needed, but we couldn't find. I knew we weren't the only ones with a lack of intimacy. This is a science, the science of intimacy. This is the solution. Making sense? Mm-hmm. Now you've got new tools, you got a new perspective. Intimacy is a skill. Connection is your cure. Pleasure is your practice, and love is your outcome. We're in this together. Sound good? Great. Drop me a comments. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. You don't know what to say? Leave me a heart in your favorite color, because I'm Amy Keller, your favorite intimacy coach. And just like you don't have to figure out how to play football without a coach, you don't have to navigate intimacy and all of your zones alone. That's why I'm here. Get the game plan. You'll find a free link for a download in the description, or talk to me, because having an intimacy game plan and a coach is how you spice things up in the bedroom and in the kitchen, so that you never get bored, you don't feel stuck. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, stay connected to yourself, each other, and me, and I'll see you soon.